I have tried to film this video now 3 times and my camera died twice. So now I'm filming on my phone and I am tired because it is 12:40 a.m. Hey everybody, my name is Sam. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a tag video because apparently that's just what I do now. I'm going to be doing the Tome Infinity and Beyond World Savior tag, which was created by Megan at Tome Infinity and Kat at Brews and Reviews. It is a flowchart style tag that ties in with the Tome Infinity and Beyond Round 3 Readathon. In case you're new here or you didn't know, I am co-hosting a readathon in September. It's called Tome Infinity and Beyond. It's the 3rd round of the readathon. I have been a co-host for every round, and it is a science fiction based readathon that usually has some other theme or element to it. And this time around, the premise is that we are saving Earth from an apocalypse, and it's team-based, and the team you are on determines the type of apocalypse. I am one of the co-hosts for Team Disease, and this tag is going to help us break it down even further and help me figure out what kind of disease I'm fighting. So let's get this party started. Oh, right, I should explain where to find the tag if you want to do it. So I will link the information to sign up for the Tome Infinity and Beyond Readathon and everything in the description, and the sign up and everything is all in a Google Doc. And on that Google Doc, there is a tab in the spreadsheet that says Tome Infinity and Beyond World Savior tag, and you can go there, and then it will have all of the images of the flowchart so you can answer questions based on your specific team. That's the kind of cool thing about this, is the tag questions are different depending on like what team you're on and also just how you answer like the other questions. So when you go into the flowchart, the first thing you see is a question that says, are you helping to save the world during Tome Infinity and Beyond Round 3? And I am, so I answered yes. And then the next question is, welcome aboard. Which team are you joining? As I said, I am one of the co-hosts for Team Disease. It's the best team. You should join us. Then the question that ties in with that is to name your favorite science fiction book featuring a disease outbreak. And for that, I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite of all time, but it is definitely my favorite that I've read recently, and that is The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. This book was way better than I expected it to be, and I expected it to be pretty fucking good. So this is a zombie novel, if you're not familiar, and I loved it because it was handled in a slightly more like realistic way than other zombie books that I've read. The disease that leads to the zombie outbreak is something that feels like it could actually happen, which is like kind of horrifying, but you know, kind of interesting. Loved the ending because it wasn't like a happy ending, but it also wasn't not a happy ending, if that makes sense. I don't know, but I fucking loved this book. I gave it 5 stars. I will probably talk about it in my wrap-up this month because I'm planning on actually posting a wrap-up this month for the first time since like March, so look forward to that. Now I will be moving on along to the specific flowchart for Team Disease. So the first question on the flowchart is, do you think that the super disease already exists? And if it doesn't, it certainly fucking will soon. So I'm gonna answer yes to this question. So the next question is, what book has the most realistic disease disaster? And for this, I have chosen a book that I have not, I think, ever read in its entirety, although I have read excerpts. And that is The Hot Zone by Richard Preston. This book is technically a nonfiction thriller. So obviously, because it is nonfiction and thus based on true events, it is definitely the most realistic story of a disease outbreak. Next question. Supplies are getting low. Do you risk getting sick outside or try to make limited resources last? And for me personally, that would depend on if I was trying to survive the apocalypse alone or like with family and friends. If I were alone, I'd probably try to stretch and make my limited resources last because I'm alone and my life is the only one at risk. And if I run out of resources, I'm the only one who's going to die. But also, like, limited resources are going to last a longer time if you're alone. But if I were with a group, which is what I think would actually happen, I would probably be the one to volunteer to go outside and try to find more supplies because that's just what my Harry Potter hero complex would dictate that I do. So I'm going to say that I would go outside to try to find supplies. It's probably not a good idea. So the next question for that is Contagion. What book completely terrifies you with its disease epidemic? I have chosen Oryx and Crake by Margaret Atwood because the disease that breaks out in this book was completely human created. Like, it was an intentional disease that was distributed throughout the human population. I hate it. I hate it. I love the book, but like, Okay, and with that question, I have learned that I am fighting a flu epidemic. Final question that accompanies that is, it's flu season. What book always helps you feel better? So for me, depending on in what way I'm trying to feel better, like I reach for different books. So if I'm trying to feel better because I'm having like a bad time mentally, I will reread like Flowers for Algernon, or I will read like The Outsiders for the 1000th time, or I will reach for a John Wyndham book or just one of my like sci-fi books that just makes me happier. But because this question is specifically about flu season, if I am feeling physically under the weather, for whatever reason, I always reach for my old showbiz stories. They just like make me, they're like comforting in a way to me that just like makes me physically feel better. And also they're just kind of like brain candy. I don't have to think about them too much. And they just, I don't know, they're just what I do. One specific example of this that I haven't talked about as much as maybe the other books by this same author on this channel is Once Is Not Enough by Jacqueline Suzanne. Her books are my favorite, like, old showbiz books. There are several. I love them. They're really cheesy and like they're definitely a product of the time in which they were written. So there's some like not so great stuff in some of them, but like these are really, really fucking enjoyable and I love them. That was the Tome Infinity and Beyond World Savior tag. I will link the two creators of this tag's videos in the description. And also, if you're participating in Tome Infinity and Beyond, or if you're thinking about participating in Tome Infinity and Beyond, you should do this tag. I would love to see it. Let me know if you make this video, or if you don't have a channel and you just like do it in some other creative way through like a bullet journal thing, like spread, or on Instagram or Twitter or something. Like, just like let me know, because I would love to see what you guys are saving the world from. Anyway, that's it from me. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Have a great day, guys. Bye.